You see, school starts tomorrow. And see, last year I lost students, and their lives mattered. Their lives made a difference in mine. And see, what I realized is that kids are mean. And we have a problem in our schools. We have a problem with each other. We have a problem in our living, in our communities. And my question, what I've been wondering is, why don't we teach empathy and love instead of reacting to bullying, instead of punishing the bully? Why don't we do something that matters? You see, you think it's really funny to make fun of others, but what if we said what you did to us about your mothers? Don't dismiss the first line just because you say, this isn't about you because you don't have a mother. You see, you have a teacher and she saw you. What if they said the words you say to destroy another about her, the only one to ever see you? What's crazy is that you think it doesn't hurt, but the mean things you say make us want to hide underneath all the dirt. They say teachers don't cry, but we do even in class. You made me cry, remember? Remember when I screwed up and you made me famous on social media that one day? When I had a sub and a wrong link, you made me want to hide. You made me want to quit. But we do. But I don't know the words you use to slay me against you, because I know a life lived in hate, fear, anger, and bitter is a life that is void of the life I live. It's void of a life lived in forgetting about a destination, because you've been given a gift to see things God places on his canvas for all of us to see, but most completely miss every single day. It's a life that sees what other people miss, butterflies and clouds, take for granted. See, it's a life that notices the clouds, that notices the butterflies. I hate getting up there in front of you each day, wondering how many of you are going to make fun of what I'm wearing, what I say, think or do, forgetting barely hanging on as a mama, as a teacher, a father, and a Melissa. I'm never enough, and it seems like it doesn't matter. You laugh at me anyway, and I hurt for all of you. I love you, even though you use words to destroy me and destroy each other. You think I don't know, but I do, but because Jesus lives fully alive in me, I don't depend on you to fill my empty, nor should you. You see, instead, I see you. And I know you've got more inside of you than the art of manipulating everyone to sit with you at the lunch table, because as you spread up gossip and lies about another, taking joy in destroying her, covering up that you're too chicken to face who you really don't want to be, covering up your dark hair, wishing for her blonde, thinking that we don't see right through your fake. You don't spread love. You spread nothing but mean, and everybody knows it. You're hateful, you're fear, you're sarcasm. You brag about the work you don't have to do rather than the work you did to spread the talents and gifts that you were freely given. You waste your life. See, you struggle, your struggle, yet you pretend you're much more as you base your core values on shared memes and quotations someone else made to define what you want everyone to see, to tell your story. You see, the lies you tell yourself about yourself that none of us believe. Be careful what you say. Just because a boy and a girl get along with the opposite sex doesn't make them a flirt, make them just a skirt. We make a beautiful thing into a minimal thing, labels. It starts early. For some, it starts in elementary. For others, it starts in infancy. It doesn't matter where it begins. It simply matters when it ends. They died because we can live. And somehow the term bullying means nothing but rather brings an image of a non-reality, a definition only forced to define because we started having dead kids. And we didn't know how to respond, so we created bills and laws completely void of love at all. Just because a boy isn't a jock and doesn't really play, likes to hang out with the girls, but that doesn't make him gay. This isn't about homosexuality or anything else. It's simply about the words we use and the waste of our lives when we spend more time trying to fill our empty than uncovering our abilities. You don't get to define him. You don't get to define her. You gotta love you, and trust me, I know this more than anyone. I was the girl living as the girl she never wanted to be, never wanted to see. I was the girl embarrassed of me. I never knew my talent. I never knew my value. I never saw my pretty. I never saw my smart. I never knew I added to those around me. I tried to be regular, tried to be normal. I tried to be everyone but me. Turns out the world needs me, a you or her or him. It doesn't matter if you live for weekends glowing under the city neon, vibrating in the beats, thriving off the energy of people around you, or weekends filled in the backcountry roads, gravel roads, trucks, and coolers of Bud Light in the posse you call your own. It doesn't matter. Stop saying there's nothing to do and start doing something with your life. It doesn't matter. The who, the where, of the why. If your weekends are spent empty, not building your life, what are you living for? What really matters? Who are you? Do you even know? What matters is when you stop. When you stop living for who they tell you you are. When you stop living because they've rejected you, and who did reject you at the bar. Be careful who you identify. Be careful of the words you say. You don't define gay. Be careful of what you say. So what if he's really smart and can rhyme with any word just because of this doesn't make him a nerd? But both you and I stay on the sidelines of the world, see. We're cowards. We live laughing when her tears fall and his dignity is gone and we do nothing. She's a girl with a really nice butt, likes to talk to guys, but that doesn't make her a slut. And the mean things you say could possibly make her cut. Some of you might think this isn't about you because you don't cut, but the story is for those less fortunate than you, less smart than you, less pretty than you, less athletic than you, from the family that isn't you. Or maybe less aware of how to fake it just like you. but it is about you. You find your value in performance and labels that you prize, and affirmation on Facebook that you try to hide. You find your value in the lies or the lens of those around you, those just a step or two above you. Words aren't erasable. Words matter. And more than anyone, I'm guilty of using my gift to cover up who and what I wish I could be, should be, but never will be. Through my future and my pain, you see, and my failures, I learned truth. And truth is that instead of teaching empathy, we react and punish the bully. We say it's safe, say it's confidential. We create a maze of trailed paper, void of relationship, and then wonder what happened to that one girl, the girl who became the scapegoat, getting kicked out of school because there was one choice to pick out of two, and they chose as best as they could. Funny how those of us never making it to a prison cell presume our innocence, condemning those of comparable character. We hide truth and pretend it doesn't exist. But the truth is, your mom's messaged me on Facebook during your school day, and you don't even know. And they beg me to love you because they can't be there to love you away from pain. They beg me to step in. They don't realize I don't know how. They beg me to make sure things don't get so bad that we end up staring at one another through tear-stained eyes at your funeral, saying nothing because there's nothing left to be said because you're dead. But we do nothing because we do everything dead. We never teach words. We never teach love. We never look at Proverbs. Oh, that book? That's in the Bible. That's religion. We just pretend that going to is enough to check us off the list to heaven, but it's not. Instead, we teach tolerance until it becomes the rebel flag. Then we use hate to dictate and mistake loving Jesus with religion and tax write-offs we disguise as giving. And say it's the other guy. But see, Jesus hated religion. And I'm pretty sure he'd call us out on our stupidity and wasting our lives on rhetoric over viewpoints and interpretation, rather than going out there and changing the world by giving the world us, all of us. It's funny how we polarize everything, wasting time on bashing another side's view and pouncing on our opportunity to attack another human being who cries the tears we've cried and will cry. Whenever we mention our opinion, you try to cover up your anger, hate, and fear by using intellect to poke holes in Christianity. Now, realizing the logic you use to explain your own version of truth is the very same logic that creators use to carefully craft an intricately designed world interconnected that you're simply too bitter to admit your own hurt. But you fool no one. So we continue to have broken kids enter our broken schools simply existing because the rest of us don't know what to do. We care more about lions than we care about living. We care more about their selfish than our waste and our living for the end of our dying. Pretending like our good started at age 30, bypassing whose lives we destroyed at lunch junior year. All I know is you have to be nice. You have to be nice. Everyone must cooperate so we can all get a slice of the good stuff, spreading love, spreading our ability to be the who that we are and will be, and not the who that they say we are. The who they wish they could be, so instead tell everyone else lies, trying to destroy the truth and who she really is. The who he really is. So I bring forth this question. Do you have the courage to be the person saying no, the guy who builds up others rather than the guy who laughs behind their backs? Do you have the guts to be real, to not complain that someone else got the start and respond by keeping your mouth shut and just work a little bit harder to do something with your life, with your time at school that doesn't live in fear, and fear they'll call you out, that you'll be wrong? Do you have the guts it takes to be more than hiding a fake we all see through anyway? Do you have what it takes to believe you can change the world rather than accept the mediocrity that if you did your best, it's good enough, because it's not? We're called to do more, be more. You're talented. You're incredible. And you need to spread. You're incredible. Stop masking excuses that because you aren't a popular, that you're a second-rate version. What if I told you that popular only exists because you choose to define it without you in it? I'm a poor example of the how-to, but I can tell you I learned that by spreading my incredible life is much better now. There's purpose to my life. I was made for a purpose with a purpose. All I'm saying is try living life real, then spending your time in building you by calling out everyone else but the you who needs to change. Take a look at that full-length mirror. Learn to love you. Become her. Become him. Bullying doesn't have to be a thing. Bullying doesn't have to be the rule at school. Stop being scared of who you are. Stop fearing your ability. Stop letting their negative define you. Start this year in positive and begin by talking about ideas that matter about everyone else around you instead. Build relationships, smile, and say hi. Start this year by loving those around you rather than building a wall around yourself. Start this year by knowing I see you and I won't forget you. By knowing the answer you see in me is because I was strong enough to believe in Jesus and not ashamed to say it and live it, no matter how fouled and no matter how much I fail at it. Start this year by knowing that I believe in you, by knowing you impacted who I am and what I'm about, by knowing I learned I can change the world, and I intend to do just that. But know that you can too. Start teaching empathy and love and stop reacting to bullying. Spread your incredible. Be more. Because you were designed to give the world everything you got. I love you. Please take what I gave you and love others. Love those around you. Have a great year.